2. Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm currently a second-year mechanical engineer student on the pre-med track, and this is my story. I wanted to share a story on how my world was changed and how I want to change others' worlds. And so I was born into a beautiful family, and my parents were migrants from India. So in an attempt to escape from the poverty-ridden lifestyle that they were so acquainted with, they came to America. However, while they had physically moved from India, they didn't mentally move from there. And so I was raised with the same traditions, values, and the culture of India, however, within the American society. And so I had a lot of contradicting cognitions, and I had a very hard time understanding them. And one thing that I really struggled with was the singular concept of beauty. And your understanding of different concepts is really derived from your aesthetic experience of it. And so while I was in school, I was called ugly, I was called fat, and people looked at me and said, ew, and I didn't really know what to do. And I let those perceptions that others had of me start to define me, and really, I started to embody that. And so I was completely broken, and I was completely ostracized from other people, and broken Sophia just sought to break others, and I wasn't able to really find any joy. My world was just this complete sense of hopelessness, because as I started to let what people saw me and what people start to define me as become me, I not only struggled behaviorally, but I also struggled with school, because no one was really believing in me, and neither was I. And so I failed kindergarten, and I continually went through these benchmarks, and my parents started to grow so worried, and I just saw everyone totally discouraged by what I was doing, and I just didn't care anymore. I was like, no one really cares. I feel disgusted. I feel so broken. I just don't know what to do with myself. And one day the pain just got so excessive, and I looked at the mirror with so much disgust, and I was just so hurt and so broken that I was like, I want to fix this, I want to change this, but I went about it the wrong way, because I'm like, I'm going to go to the source of what I believe all this pain is culminating from, and that's my external way, the way that I'm looking. So I started to do a lot of external manipulations in a desire to translate what the outside was, because in my definition, beauty translated to value, and my lack of beauty meant a lack of value, and I was so desperate for attention and so desperate for love. And so I started to starve myself. I started to do a lot of harmful things to myself, but it only hurt me more, and I was only more disgusted by the person that was looking at me in the mirror. And so I was just like, I don't know what to do anymore. And we all have that struggle. We all have that conflict that we seek to overcome, but we all have that just desire to feel of worth and feel like that we're worth something. And I finally found that experience because one of my dad's friends got me involved with a local volunteering experience, and that's where my whole definition of beauty totally became redefined, because I started to see how my small impacts was having grand effects on these people, and how endeared they were by the help I was giving them and just watching them grow over the years. And there was just a world you can see within that gleam in their eyes, and the joy that was there that I was just so captivated by. And what some people don't realize is your brokenness, like the way that a vessel is broken, allows more light to shine through you. And I was given so many more experiences to do that, and I started to see how, Sophia, maybe beauty isn't what you're seeing in the mirror, maybe beauty isn't what people are seeing about you, but maybe beauty is how your ability to touch hearts and your ability to move people through that. And when I came to senior year, I was nominated to be on prom court, and I was just so baffled because I totally don't fit that perception of what I thought a prom queen was. But the experience was so enriching because I got to encounter so many other females that were struggling so much with body image, that were so disgusted with themselves, and share my story. And there's a healing component in sharing that. And in my pursuit of trying to find self-worth and trying to understand where my place on this world is, I came upon faith. And one day while I was looking upon the world and I was seeing the horizons and the beautiful sunset, I realized the same God that made all that stuff that is so beautiful out there made me. And there are people that don't realize that. There are people that don't see that. And so I wanted to help people start to realize that. I wanted people to see that they are so beautiful, that they are so capable, and they are so much more than what the world can tell them. And so when I came to college, a lot of people really started to believe in me. And my definition of leadership was not so much in taking a stand or getting involved with anything. It was just in my daily encounters, but people really motivated me. And I started to realize how you can change people's world by really reconstructing what their paradigms of themselves and others are, and showing them that there's just so much more out there than what their mind can tell them, what people can tell them, what society can tell them. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to change worlds. And so I started to seek active involvement to do so because I wanted more tangible experiences, more encounters, and expand that horizon and have that ability to really pour into people and really get a chance to show them. I know it's very easy to believe the lies that people have told you, but you are not them. And furthermore, I started to realize that maybe the journey isn't so much about hitting a goal. Maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming someone, but maybe it's unbecoming. And it's the process of taking away from all those lies that our mind can tell you, society can tell you, and becoming who you really are and seeing that beauty within you. And so now my pursuit and my desire to do medicine and my active involvement was to meet people where they are most vulnerable and where that brokenness is, and hope to shed that some light into them, and through love and that sweet embrace of love to show people that there's so much more. And I'm just so encouraged and so honored to be in the presence of so many world changers right in front of me. And so I just thank you guys so much for everything.